Alright, welcome back. This video is introducing us to factor markets, so we're going to look at factor demand. In this video you will learn how factors of production are traded in factor markets and why factor demand is said to be something known as derived demand. So let's get to it. Alright, so the first thing is we have our factors of production. So this is taking us back to like first day of Unit 1 econ stuff. Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. Those are our four factors of production. We know that we break down capital into two further categories. Physical capital, so man-made machines, tools that are used to make other goods and services, and human capital, the knowledge, education, skills of the workforce. So these are our factors of production we use to make things. Alright, factor markets, that's where factors of production are bought and sold. So the idea is that households sell their labor in the factor markets, which that might be exactly what the next slide says. It's very possible. Households sell labor, and then in the factor market, that's where they produce things, and then final goods are made, and those are sold in what's known as a product market. But for now, in this section, really all we care about are factor markets, which is where the stuff is getting made. Households supply labor to the factor market. Hey, look at that. It kind of says that. All right, so slightly different. Factor markets are where households obtain most of their income. So if you look at this, factor markets are there on the bottom, and you can see that individuals are the ones supplying the factors of production, land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. They are supplying to the businesses in the factor markets. The factor markets, in exchange for people's households, land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship, the businesses give the people money. They earn income in exchange for their land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. All right, derived demand. So when we're talking about factor markets, the demand for a factor, so land, labor, capital, or entrepreneurship, is derived, or it comes from, the demand for the product being produced. In other words, we're going to demand more. So if you think about this, we have a car here. That's a beautiful WRX. And then on the right side, you have labor of people making the car. Why would a car company want to need, or why would they need to have more people building that car, or more steel to make that car, or more rubber, or more glass, or whatever all the things that they need to make that vehicle are? Well, it's going to depend directly on the demand for that product. So if more people want this beautiful WRX, well, then the demand for the factors are going to increase as well. If fewer people want the WRX, then the demand for the factor will decrease. So the demand for the factors of production are derived, or comes from, the demand for the product that's being produced. And finally, factor distribution of income. This is the division of total income among these four things: land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. This isn't exactly a perfect graph to be showing you for this, but the idea is most people earn their income from labor, some from land, not very many from land, but some from land, some from capital, and some from entrepreneurship. But it just is the idea of how our income is broken up is known as factor distribution of income. So how much of total income is from land, how much from labor, from capital, and from entrepreneurship. And we'll get into that idea further in coming videos. This has been a LaMoney production.